Hey, what's up? It's Lori Painter, and today I wanted to make a video about goals, especially because it's the new year and so many of us have made New Year's resolutions. And have you ever noticed that over time it just like fizzles out and you feel frustrated and you're like, forget this, I'm not doing this ever again. If you've ever been there, I wanted to share with you the number one way that we sabotage our own progress when it comes to goals. And what it is real simple. It's called lack consciousness. And what is lack consciousness? That's when you're focused on what's wrong and what's off and what isn't going right and the weaknesses and the failures and all of that. As opposed to abundance consciousness is where you're focused on what is going right, what small things can I celebrate, and what is the solutions? What are more things that I can do? What are the directions that I need to continue to walk in order to figure this thing out, in order to keep succeeding in this direction? And I wanted to share with you a really simple thing that I did myself over the past 6 weeks or so that has basically manifested as a result of lack consciousness. So I'm working on a bikini body program, getting ready to relaunch it for the summer or for the spring. And the whole time that I was working on it and revamping, I started doubting myself and thinking like, oh no, I've got to be in a bikini. I need to look fantastic. I don't look good enough in a bikini right now. I'm out of shape. I look fat. I look this, right? And all of these stories were going on in my head. And that wasn't necessarily true. But as I was saying it, almost like every day, I was feeling bigger. I was feeling heavier. And I was feeling like, definitely, I'm not going to look good in a bikini. And the more that I was focused on that, the more I was getting not looking good in a bikini. I was getting bigger. I was focused on getting bigger. I was getting bigger. And that fear and that adrenaline was just like coming up. And it was kind of funny. I did this little game with myself, and you may want to try this too, where I stood in front of the mirror and I looked at myself and I was like, oh yeah, gosh, you just look terrible, right? And I look in the mirror and really I see myself looking big and terrible. And then I stepped away from the mirror and I consciously was like, okay, you are going to see everything that's right. And you're going to see yourself as beautiful and thin. So I got in front of the mirror and I stood there and said, you are beautiful, you're thin. Look at how thin this looks on you. Look how healthy you look. Look at how glowing you are. And I literally looked like a different person to myself within minutes. And here's my philosophy as to why I think that happens. Because I think the mind or the brain needs evidence of your conclusion. So if your conclusion is that you're heavy, you're going to see where you're heavy. If your conclusion is that you're thin, you're going to find places to find where you look thin. It's just like the mind goes on a rat race until it has evidence to support that. So that is the number one way that you can sabotage your goals for this year. And I just wanted to share that with you because that's what it's been for me in my life. And I know that the only times that I've absolutely succeeded are the times where I shifted out of the mindset of what's wrong and into the mindset of what is right and what more can I do and what I am thankful for. So when I look at myself and I say, I'm so thankful for this, I'm so thankful for that, I end up appreciating myself and honoring myself even more. Versus when I'm thinking of lack, I end up sabotaging myself even more. And when my adrenaline comes up, then I want to stuff those feelings down by eating. And it's just a crazy cycle. And I don't know if you've been there, but I've been there. And so I got on the scale this morning and I was like, yep, I've put on a good 10 pounds. Congratulations. So anyhow, I wanted to share with you because I am personally shifting my focus again back on what's right, what I love about myself, what I am progressing with, as opposed to what I'm finding fault in. And I wanted to see if this works for you too. So one of the ways that I do this and keep myself focused and on track is at the end of the day, I write in my gratitude journal and I write, I am so thankful that. And I write all of the things that I'm thankful that I did that day, whether it is that I drank my water or I exercised or whatever it is that I did that's in the direction of my dreams. And what's funny is I can come up with a huge catalog of things and I'm like, wow, I feel like a success. And I naturally relax and I feel like I'm right on track. Now, I could take that same exact day and I could write everything that went wrong. And I could probably think of a ton of things, just as many things that went wrong if I chose to focus my attention in that space. So join me this year when it comes to doing your goals. Focus on what's going right. Keep a daily journal. I am so happy that, and then celebrate all of those things that went right that day, that is in alignment with your goals and dreams, and see where things go. You're gonna look back at the end of the month and check those things out, and you're gonna see the progress that you've made. See, I think that we're actually always making progress, but we just don't see it. And this is a way to stop and actually see what's going right. And so I've made it my own personal mission, and I'd love to inspire you to do the same. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best in your goals. And I'm cheering you on, and I'm cheering myself on at the same time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.